You know what's in the Fed chairman's wallet? We do, and we will tell you all about it. All that and more coming up. But first, let's get right to Nicole Petallides. She's at the New York Stock Exchange down there at the tip of Manhattan. Nicole.
Hi, good afternoon, Liz. I'm certainly looking forward to hearing from Dick Beauvais myself, and I'm sure a lot of the traders here on Wall Street as well. But I can tell you, as we heard from Bank of America this morning, and they beat the street, then we saw Bank of America really leading the Dow higher. That, along with AIG, those really have been the two winners.
We await Apple. We know there's a lot of other things that are moving over at the NASDAQ. Shabani.
You know, on any normal day, we would all be talking about Apple, and we certainly are talking about Apple, but kind of taking a backseat to that story, Yahoo and Carl Icahn, the two have been clued in to this for the last week or so. Liz?
Yeah, well, they should be clued in that we're channel 128. XM satellite radio right here, Fox Business. Okay, I have to show you a sense that when everybody thinks one way, that means opportunity for the few.
I want to think about buying stocks before selling them. And last week we had...
Do I, as an investor who's out there watching right now, say, okay, I'm listening to this guy, Leo. I like what he's saying. I believe that maybe I'm ready to be a bit of a contrarian. They are beating estimates, but are they still bleeding? Or have we actually reached a bottom? Leo Grahowski, do we risk turning it up and pump the stock up?
Yeah, I think we've got to be careful. I see some rough quarters ahead, but again, when a stock like...
Much, everybody. We've got the stocks to keep your eye on as the trading day wraps up. We are 33 minutes from the countdown to the closing bell. That continues right here on Fox Business. Hey, we love our XM satellite radio listeners. And for you, those of you who are watching, we are the only business network in true HD. No, Morgan Stanley shares are trading lower. Investment banks mostly fell this afternoon, despite improved activity in the mergers and acquisitions market over the past week. So we have Morgan down about 5 2/3% or $2.19. Look at Continental shares. They are also trading lower by 5 2/3% as oil prices rose slightly today, as we just showed you. And a survey of airline executives showed they have lowered their already pessimistic profit outlook for the next year. Continental is the biggest decliner, by the way, among the airlines, with shares deep in the red, down 9 1/4. But, you know, as soon as oil goes down, those airlines pop right back up. Am I the only person who got turned away from the dark night? They wouldn't let me in. No. Did you try?
Did you flash from your badge?
I tried to say... Fox Business. A lot of good that did. The Dark Knight grossed $6.2 million over the weekend on, it's more than that. Oh, just IMAX alone, $6.2 million on 94 IMAX screens. That's where you want to see it. The Warner Brothers Batman film grossed a record $155 million total last week, besting 9 separate records. Goodbye, Spidey 3. Fell. Nicole Petallides at the New York Stock Exchange. How are things moving right now?
You got turned away from the dark night.
Yeah,
that
I
is
did.
not right. That is not right. You got to get right over there. Someone get Liz into there. Yeah, okay. Let's talk about what's going on. Well, hello, Dolly, right? Right away, you can see today we saw oil jump more than $2. This after being down 2 weeks in a row, lost $16 last week. So we did see energy moving higher and the energy stocks to the upside, the refiners, the whole group higher. What we did see were the financials being mixed today. This, of course, on the heels of what we heard from Bank of America this morning, beating the street. Now we're going to be following all of these very closely. I know Dick Beauvais certainly in the news now. We're going to be watching these financials very closely. Schering-Plough, Merck, some of the traders noting to me that though there's screen
at Apple for a sign as to, whether tech...
Motors dealership saying, we're on your team, GM. They are backing up the automaker with some money muscle. They're buying up the stock collectively. Find out why they appear to have so much confidence in General Motors. And ever wonder what's in Ben Bernanke's wallet? A look into the Fed chief's portfolio is next for you on Fox Business. It's significant that a lawsuit has been filed against an analyst after the analyst, Dick Beauvais of Ladenburg Thalmann.
Hey, Liz, I got 7 stocks for you as opposed to 1. Hopefully mine do just as well. All right, number 7 is Ceragon Networks.
The bottom line on the trading day is next. Stay tuned. Much more ahead. We're in the home stretch, just 8 minutes from the close. Here are the big story stocks. We've got to look at Schering-Plough shares. They are down now 12% after the cholesterol drug Vytorin, in which it has a major hand, it's in a joint venture with Merck, failed to meet the main goal of one study that involved about 1,400 participants. Schering is scheduled to release earnings after the market closes today. This was delayed from a scheduled release this morning, so we will be watching that. Bank of America, its second quarter earnings beat analysts' expectations, and CEO Ken Lewis said this morning he'll recommend maintaining the current dividend. Again, a recommendation, but his word means something, certainly. Lewis also said he expects the Countrywide deal, because they took on Countrywide in February, to earn money for B of A this year. accretive, as they like to say on Wall Street. Anyway, shares are up 4.25%. Bank Atlantic shares, whoa, look at this. Okay, up 9%. That's a big deal. But they were up 20%. This in the final moments of trading because the bank announced it is suing Ladenburg Thalmann analyst Dick Beauvais for defamation due to his research, saying Bank Atlantic could be the next, or at least in essence what he said was it might be among the research was titled Who's Next? Which bank would be next to fail?
I think encouraging close on Apple today. A lot of news tomorrow morning. Wachovia opening before the market opening. I think that could set the tone for the financials tomorrow.
And our lawsuit. We can't get all excited about that. Leo, thank you very much. Leo's with BNY Mellon. And that'll do it for this hour. We've got so much coming up. The closing bell rings in just about 5 minutes. I'm coming right back. Stay tuned. The trading day is almost over, but the business day will continue. We're just 3 minutes away from the closing bell. We've got another big day of earnings in oil here on Bulls and Bears.
Hi, Liz. Well, Arthur Cashin of UBS Floor Trading just walked by here, and he just said, it was the Monday meander. We were all over the map today, but really the volume was pretty light. We just crossed 1 billion shares a short time ago. Bank of America certainly gave us the boost here in the morning, where we saw Dow stocks, a lot of them moving to the dollars last week. But we did see a lot of the names to the plus side, maybe about 10 of them, Boeing, Alcoa, Chevron. These were some of the names that showed some strength in addition to Bank of America and AIG, which were really the big winners here on Wall Street today after what was sort of a hovering